Hello, everyone. Homeschool moms, I'd love to give you some ideas for J is for Jellyfish. It was a really fun theme. First, we decorated our letter J to look like a jellyfish. So let me take this piece off so you can see. I just colored it purple and put some tentacles on there, and you could leave it just like this, or you could cut out from construction paper just a semicircle and add some zigzag little strips of paper and kind of glue or tape that on at the top. So J is for jellyfish. And then the next thing that you can do is you can talk about how to write letter J. Let me give you a demonstration of that really quickly. So we said J looks like a fishing hook, but we weren't going to tell our pet fish Fred. So you just go down and curve around like a fishing hook with a top. That's the big uppercase J. The little J has a little bit to do kind of in common with little I, because little J has an itchy dot. Little I had an itchy dot yesterday. It must be catching because little J has it too. So all you have to do is make that fishing hook with a dot. That's the little J, a fishing hook with a dot, just like little I. Now you can practice that on your own paper, but if you'd like to, you can practice on this handwriting paper, and I'll show you how that looks really quickly. So go down and curve around and give it a top. That's the big uppercase J. Down, curve around with a top. It's like a fishing hook with a top. The little J dives down deep like the jellyfish, down, down, down with a dot. So dive deep down into the basement with a dot. Dive down deep all the way to the basement and then give it a dot upstairs. Well, the sound that letter J makes, let me grab my J. The sound that letter J makes is J, J, J. J says J, J, J. Can you make that sound too? Letter J says J, 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 as in jump. Letter J says J, 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 as in jump. Well, we're going to practice that sound with a fun song. Let's practice one more time before the song comes on. J says J, 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 as in jump. Now, I'm not going to play the whole song, but I do. It's just so cute and so fun that I want to play just the little bit at the beginning, and then I'll put the link below so you can get a copy of this, okay? And you can do it together. All right, so here it comes. So get ready to stand up and jump. Jump, 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 jump. So you can see how that would be a lot of fun, and it would be a great way to make that sound stick. J says J, as in jump, jump, jump. So J says J, J, J. You can do some blending with letter J. All you have to do is put the letter J with each of the vowels. You can look at that video elsewhere or a demonstration of that. Or let me know in the comments if that's something that you want me to do together every day with you as well. The next thing that we did was math. And for math today, we went over to the table for math. Normally we go over for art, but today we did some counting by 10. So come on over to the table and I'll show you how to do that. It's super duper easy with this method. Okay, so we're going to put these numbers in order by tens. And so first we're going to look for the number 1. Can you see a number 1 anywhere? Well, here's the number 1 right here, and I see a 0 after it. Now take a look at this. If I cover up the 0, this just looks like number 1. Hey, all the numbers have zeros after them at the end. Look at that. So this is how you count by tens. First, we're just going to put them in order, and then we'll focus more on the counting. So I'm going to put this one first, and if I cover up the 0, that looks just like a number 1. So what number comes after 1? 1, 2. So look and see if you can find a number 2. Do you see a number 2 anywhere? There it is. Here's a number 2. So I'm going to put that one next. It's a 2 with a 0 at the end. That number is 20. It kind of sounds like we're putting the letter T at the end. 20. Now I'm going to cover up the 0. There's a 1. There's a 2. What comes next when you're counting? 1, 2, 3. So find a number 3. There it is. There's number 3 at the bottom. All right, so that one comes next. And that number is 30. 10, 20, 30. Now, if I cover up the 0, that looks like number 3. What number comes after 3? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So can you find a number 4 someplace? There it is. There's number 4, and that one is next. 1, 2, 3, 4. What comes after 4? 5. So here's a number 5. And that one comes next. 5 with a 0 after it is 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. All right, let's cover up those zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What comes after 5? 6. Can you see a 6? There it is right there. So that one is next. 6 with a 0 is 60. What comes after number 6? 7. Do you see a 7 anywhere? There it is. That one is next. That number is 70. Okay, so now, what number comes after 7? 8. Can you see an 8? Here's an 8 with a 0 after it. This number is 80. 80. What number comes after 8? 9. Can you see a 9? There's a 9 right here. That one is next. That's 90. Now, what comes after 9? We need number 10. And I see a number 10 right here. If I cover up the last 0, that's a 10. So we're going to put that one right there. Okay, so now we're going to count. We're going to go back and we're going to count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and this is 100. If you cover up the last 0, it's a 10, but with 2 zeros, it's 100. So you see, it's pretty easy to put these in order if you cover up the 0 and just count by ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you can move into counting by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, I'm going to come back around and I'll tell you about music time. Well, we already had one song. It was our jump, jump, jump song, but I do have another music and movement idea for you. It's called the Jellyfish Song. I'll put the link below. It just allows the kids to put their arms up, wrists together, elbows in, knees together, feet together, head back, the jellyfish, the jellyfish. It's going to go through all those motions slowly, and by the end, you'll be dancing like a jellyfish. Okay, so for art today, we're going to do something fun. We're going to make a jellyfish. So all I did, it's right back here, the finished one, is I just took a paper plate, folded it in half, and I just cut it in half. If you did the I is for ice cream yesterday, then you used half of the paper plate to make the ice cream scoop. So you could use the other half today for this project. Okay, so we just took the paper plate and I just colored it. I used blue for my jellyfish. You can use whatever color you want. And then for the tentacles, you have some choices. So you can use tissue paper like I did. It really doesn't hurt the tissue paper if you just cut off a little bit from the end and make some strips. And then you could use ribbon, like curling ribbon or yarn, or cut your own paper strips, whatever you'd like to make those long tentacles. That was our art project. For science, we learned about jellyfish. And the first thing we learned was that they're not really fish. It's true. Fish are vertebrates. That means they have a backbone. Jellyfish don't have any bones at all. They're called invertebrates. So even though we call them jellyfish, they're really not jellyfish at all. Well, here was some fun slides that we looked at. We learned a little bit more about jellyfish. We learned that they can live in the seas and oceans all around the world. That's right. In every sea and every ocean around the world, you can find jellyfish. We learned that jellyfish look a lot like umbrellas. They have that dome on the top and they have those tentacles streaming down below. So I think they do kind of look like umbrellas. Jellyfish can be large and brightly colored. These are beautiful jellyfish down deep in the ocean. Jellyfish can even produce their own light. Jellyfish can often be transparent. That means see-through. Transparent is like when you're looking through the glass on your window. You can see through clearly. They can also be translucent. Now, that means that you can see through, but it looks kind of foggy. Let me say those two words again. Transparent, that means you can see through it clearly. And translucent, that means you can see through, but it looks more foggy, like the jellyfish in this picture. Jellyfish have tentacles. Now, the largest jellyfish can have tentacles that are really, really long. In fact, if you stretch those tentacles out, they would be the size of 4 school buses lined up end to end. Wow, that was really cool learning about the jellyfish. For story time today, we read the book, it's called Peanut Butter and Jellyfish. I'll read it to you now. Peanut Butter and Jellyfish. Peanut Butter and Jellyfish were the best of friends. Best of friends who spent their days exploring up, down, around, and through their grand ocean home. Unluckily for them, though, they lived near Krabby. "You guys swim like humans," he would taunt as they slipped past. Peanut Butter and Jellyfish did their best to ignore the heckler. "Did you hear something?" asked Jellyfish. "No, must be the current," said Peanut Butter. Krabby was relentless. "You guys smell like rotten barnacles. P.U. What a bunch of bubbleheads." Jellyfish puffed up his chest and said, "Driftwood and sea stones may break our bones, but words will never hurt us." "You're an invertebrate. You don't even have bones," huffed Krabby as he marched along his favorite rock by himself. One day, as Peanut Butter and Jellyfish set out on an excursion to the Great Reef, they swam past Krabby's perch. They braced themselves for the usual insults, but all was quiet. Then they heard the faint sound of sobbing up ahead. "Boo-hoo-hoo, boo-hoo-hoo." It was Krabby. He was caught in a lobster trap and it was being lifted to the surface. "I'm scared," he cried. Surely he was doomed. "Should we help?" asked Jellyfish. The two friends shared a look. He is in serious trouble, said Peanut Butter. You're right. We have to help, exclaimed Jellyfish. But how? I have a plan, Peanut Butter said. Follow me. They swam up to the lobster trap. Peanut Butter used his tail to unlock the trap's gate, but Krabby wouldn't budge. Come on, you're free, said Peanut Butter. But I can't swim, confessed Krabby, and I'm afraid of heights. The lobster trap was getting pulled closer to the surface. Plan B, exclaimed Jellyfish. He worked furiously on untying the trap's knot. Hurry, cried Peanut Butter. I can see the fishermen above. Just when all hope was lost, the knot gave out, sending the trap plummeting down, down, down. Peanut Butter and Jellyfish grabbed a hold and lowered it to safety. Krabby's legs wobbled as he returned to his favorite rock. Thank you, you two, he stuttered. You know, I'm sorry for saying those mean things, Krabby said. He may have been afraid of heights, but Krabby was brave enough to apologize. I guess I was jealous. You guys seem like you're always having so much fun exploring the ocean waters. Well, there's plenty to explore on the ocean floor, said Jellyfish. Peanut Butter and Jellyfish still swam up, down, around, and through, but it was on the ocean floor that they found their greatest treasure, a new friend. The end. Well, I hope you had some fun today with letter J is for Jellyfish. Join me tomorrow for K is for Kites. See you then. Goodbye.